Girls who took notes using 50 different colored pens, where are you now? Do you still continue to write using all those colors? Am I allowed to answer if I'm a guy? Because I ended up becoming the Excel guy in my office. All of my spreadsheets are exquisitely color coded. Formatting an Excel doc and making it look pretty is one of the most satisfying feelings in the world. The real trick is getting the conditional formatting just so then, when you enter new data, it's already color coded. My grade 9 science teacher forced us all to do it. He said that by color coding everything you understood the material better, because you had to think about it longer to color code it and understand what other things it was associated with, not just zone out and go into transcribing mode. He also made us do end of unit study guides. They had to be color coded, a set amount of drawings, and unit words and definitions. The drawings were doodles, based on things in the unit. He would mark them and hand them back before the test, which was great because he knew if he needed to help us with something before we bombed the test. He was also a MMA fighter with cauliflower ears and not the type of guy you would expect to demand rainbow colored notes. Edit. There's a lot of people asking for examples, so I'll make one up this afternoon. But did it work? There's a PM at my company that does this. No idea how the hell she has the focus and time to take such detailed technicolor dream notes during meetings, but I've never had a problem with getting any relevant info from her, so gotta respect note-taking game like that. Technicolor dream notes is the best phrase I've heard all day. Josie and the astounding Technicolor dream note. We all became bullet journalists. I move that the term bullet journalists replace war correspondents. Does that mean wankers are palm pilots? I used different ink and highlighter colors to compensate for terrible ad. I work in a chemistry lab now. Sometimes I'll still use brightly colored pens to record my results for fun, but I don't ever switch between color code anything anymore. All the different colored ink / highlighting helped me remember my notes come exam time, so now that I'm out of college, I don't need to switch between colors. I low-key miss color coding and taking notes sometimes, though. When you took the time to color code during class, did you ever become seriously behind as the teacher moved on? If so, how did you compensate? I still color code based on class. Each class has a color. This color includes the folder color, the pen color, the sticky note color that the assignments are written on and placed in my planner on the date they are due. I also teach intro statistics to undergraduates, where I also color code parts of the equations and the values that get inserted to the equation, so the students can see where the numbers come from more easily. *EDITED to change kids to students. That was a poor word choice on my part. Apologies. You're my favorite type of math teacher. All of the teachers who used color to help me learn math were the ones who actually got stuff to stick. I'm a medical lab technician. I took notes with a million different colored pens in college, up until 2 years ago. I graduated at age 41. Just bought myself a nice new set of gel pens. Real talk, multiple colors really helped me categorize and compress complex ideas into things I could remember. It helped a lot in understanding the material and studying for tests. I'm a lab technologist and I studied the same way. Using the different colors to write important information really helped it stand out in my brain. Plus, anything that makes studying even a little more fun helps. I think they're teachers now, and yes, they still use all those colors. Yes, we are teachers now and yes we use all those colors. I'm a guy though. This is the proof that girls who used color pens will eventually become a guy. I will never forget sitting in class and asking the girl sitting next to me for a pen, and she turns back to me with a straight face and says to me, "What color?" Edit. This blew up. Thank you for the award. That marks my first, but hopefully not the last. Idme. Your username adds volumes to your comment. My wife did this when we were in school, and she still loves using multicolored pens for everything she can. She even uses her own pretty colors for writing and the labels for things at work. You can always tell work that was done by her from everyone else's. A true ray of sunshine. Edit. I told my wife about all the upvotes on this comment, and she is thrilled about all the attention. Edit 2. 1/27 7 PM. Thank you so much to both of the kind strangers who awarded this comment. Never thought it would blow up so much. The wife is happy. I work in an office setting now, and do still like to use different colored pens for things, if the situation allows it. I don't know if this will make sense to anyone else, but I love colors. I especially like the idea of colors being associated with ideas, personalities, names, or themes. Oh, today is Monday. I think orange is a good Monday color. Pink is Friday. Green is Wednesday. I love how Windows 10 allows me to change the colors of tiles so that my computer seems more like me. I'm constantly changing the colors of my Apple Watch face. I dunno. I think I have a problem. Eater, the thoughts and discussions being shared here have been very interesting and eye-opening. Thanks for the silver as well. I do just want to add that I'm fairly certain I do not have synesthesia. I know someone that does, and from my very limited knowledge of it, it isn't a voluntary association of colors like mine probably would be. I always automatically like to associate stuff with color or mood, but I don't know that it happens involuntarily. Think of what I do as more of what happens in the video game Persona 5, where each character has a color associated with them intentionally. I love that kind of stuff. I'm a med student now. Also I'm failing because I no longer have time to use fancy pens and prepare colorful notes for all my classes. Doctor here, the first week of med school was hell because I didn't have time to switch pens during lecture. I changed to typing my notes out and recording the lecture and then highlighting the notes later with different colored highlighters or rewriting if I had time, which, lol. Some note-taking programs were intuitive with changing up font colors quickly. I can't remember the program I used. This was on a Mac, and the icon was a unicorn. What was actually nice about this is that I could listen to the lecture again at my own pace, which was something I had never done before. My study group could pause and discuss confusing topics if we needed, or we could look up YouTube videos and stuff to help explain things better. Don't let med school dim your rainbow. Edit, because I'm one of those psychos that kept all of my notes. Here's some source, though this example has colored pens. Unfortunately not allowed in the line of work I chose. So now I use 50 different colored post-it notes. Improvise, adapt and overcome. If I may ask, what line of work are you in that prohibits the choice to use different colored pens? At a previous job, the only color allowed was blue. I worked at a manufacturing site in operations, and in order to maintain ISO certification, only blue was allowed. Also, if you had any other color even in your purse it could be a write-up. No one ever checked, so unless you were a dumbass and pulled it out, no one ever knew. Also, whiteout was a huge no-no. Having whiteout at your desk would mean an instant audit fail. So anyone caught with it was instantly fired. Wasn't even allowed in the building. I have a few friends that do that. One of them is studying to be a doctor, moved the colored pens to a tablet to easily switch colors. Another wants to become a sign language translator, keep forgetting the actual term. Puts on a different color of gloves. Her lab coat is tie-dyed, so I wouldn't be surprised lol. Where can I go to study where I can tie-dye my lab coat? Because looking at the same white for the whole duration of the lab with everyone working monotonously is getting to me. I'm a high school English teacher, and there's a big correlation between note-taking skills and success in my classes. Color coding notes definitely helps. Wait, what? Teachers do approve of it. My teachers used to tell me I'd fail either high school and or higher education because I was wasting too much time on my colors. Edit, an autocorrect induced typo that apparently is telling beyond reasonable doubt that I don't know my grammar.